Are you Udonis Haslem?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Can I interview you?
I guess.
I guess.
Nah, yeah, let's do it.
How old were you when you made your first $1 million?
26.
You played in the NBA for a long time.
Yeah.
You actually played 20 years. What was it really like playing 20 seasons in the NBA?
You know, for me, I got a chance to succeed and challenge myself in all three roles and all three levels. So I have no complaints. I got to land my own plane and walk away from the game.
What do you think is the biggest change in basketball that happened through your journey?
Pace and space. You know, the game is positionless now. You know, I think every guy on the court, all five guys should know all five positions where everybody should play at. The game's a lot faster. And then when I came in the game, obviously you just had to play, it was a lot more physical, a lot of physical. You had to guard your yard. If you couldn't guard, you couldn't play.
And it's a big tradition for NBA players to get drafted. That's one of the most accomplishing memories in their lifetimes. And you didn't get drafted, you actually got signed. So what do you think you had to do differently?
I don't know. I never thought about that because I wouldn't have did anything differently. I think my path was my path. I think I had to get challenged at a whole nother level. I had to go to Europe. I had to mature. I had to look myself in the mirror and had to hold myself accountable. And I think the accountability and the things that I learned in Europe helped me play 20 years. So I wouldn't change my path. I think it went the way it was supposed to go.
Did you ever show up to a draft night and not get drafted?
No, I was at home, man. I was at the crib watching it on TV. I did have a draft party set up with a couple of the homies, but it just didn't go that way. But like I said, I think everything happened for a reason.
I know it's a little bit of a long time ago, but do you remember what was going through your mind that night?
I was just like, damn, I ain't get drafted. And I was thinking about a lot of guys that got drafted that I thought I was better than, but I gave myself one night just to throw a pity party. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad for myself that night, and then the next night it was time to get on and figure out what was next.
What's your biggest regret from your NBA career?
The rings that you didn't win. I got 3, if I'm not mistaken. I lost 2 or 3 championships. So
you played in the Miami Heat your whole career. Was there ever a temptation in your career to want to leave Miami?
Of course it was. I mean, when the big 3 came, I think, financially we were strapped. There just wasn't enough room for me. But I think everybody knows the story of, Dwayne making the phone call to LeBron and all those guys, and they figured out a way to make room for me. So, that was really the first time I was thinking about leaving.
Where can they find you on social media?
At UD40.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, brother.